Welcome to the Windy City Rundown. Yeah, what's up, everybody? And look who's here with me today. Bears victory. Yes, we are live and we are together. That is Jose Contreras that I just physically abused. I am Eric Avila. We are live and we got a Bears victory on Sunday, y'all. Woo! Oh, wrong button. Where's the applause button? I need the applause button here. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. What's up, everybody? Jose Contreras, Eric Avila here, guys. Windy City Rundown here. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Let me calm down for a second. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, all that good social media platforms. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Follow us on all our social media platforms and also comment on our show today or join us on our show today. As always, the link is in the comment section. It's in the bio. It is everywhere. Jose, man, good to see you live in person, man. How are you? How you been? Breaking my table.
Sorry, I just dropped something. I was about to move the camera just a little bit over. But okay, guys. Welcome to the Windy City Rundown. I'm right here next to Eric, regrettably so. But we're here.
He said regrettably so. You know.
And Bears finally get a win under the Ben Johnson era. Good win, too.
Oh, it was a great win.
Good win.
As the Bears won 31-14 in a, let's just put it like this, an overall dominant performance from the Chicago Bears on all three aspects of the game: defense, offense, and a little bit of special teams. But mainly more than anything, Jose, it was more a dominant effort. And I think what kind of like put everybody on a microscope or just actually seeing everybody was the fact that the Chicago Bears on offense just looked like everything was just clicking. Everything was just going the Bears' way. There's many different plays that we could go through and talk about on Sunday. First things first, I guess we could go with the flea flicker. You know, a thing of beauty. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that in the Bears offense. Like, dude, it was a Bears offense in the 21st century in 2025. That's what I saw. They're finally up to speed with the offense of the NFL.
What we saw was what we came to expect out of a Ben Johnson-led Bears offense. It's what we wanted to see from the beginning, but we didn't see it for whatever reason, right? We saw it this past Sunday, which was great.
100%.
That being, it was against a really, really bad defense at the Cowboys, who gave up a lot of points weeks prior to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we also came in with a very weak defense.
Oh, you did? We did.
But the defense showed up and showed out. We got to give credit to them just as much as we give credit to the offense for doing what they did. The defense was probably the one thing we were worried about the most, and they came out and played.
Yeah, dude, 100%. They showed up, showed out, and it was what we wanted to see. It was finally something that we actually cared about, or not cared about, but it was something that we've been wanting. We've been asking, we've been starving for, was just an overall performance, not just from the offense, but also from the defense side of the ball. Another play that we could talk about, Jose, was also the game changing, not the game changing, but definitely a momentum changer in Tyreek Stevenson stripping the ball away from Javonte Williams. I think that's what also brought the Bears down to the touchdown, the very first touchdown of the game. And Jose, it was a thing of beauty. It was something that the Bears needed, and obviously what he needed, especially the awful game that he had the week prior against the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, there was a players-only meeting with the defense prior to this game, and the week prior to this game, and you could see that meeting definitely took precedent, definitely shifted the momentum not only for the defense but for the entire team, because when they came out, there was a lot of good players that came out that played well. I mean, Edmonds had like 15 tackles.
Yeah,
he was killing it. And overall, all in all, that game was great, defensively and offensively. But Eric,
yes, sir,
you're only as good as the game in front of you, right? As your next game. Can the Bears, I guess my question to you and everybody watching at home, can the Bears sustain this success?
It's definitely a step in the right direction. Yeah. Let's go off by that one, right? It's definitely a step in the right direction. You're absolutely right. You can only beat the team, or you face the team that's in front of you. Can they keep the momentum? I think so. I think this was actually a confidence booster for sure into what the Bears can do, not only for the next game, but probably for seasons to come. As soon as everybody gets to gel, as soon as everybody gets together and play more games with each other, the chemistry will be there, the continuity will be there, or the continuity will get there. The chemistry will get there. And I do believe that after a while, the games that we kind of worry about a little bit, like the Ravens, especially what we saw yesterday, like the Bengals, outside of like the Eagles and the Packers, even though they lost against the Browns the other day, like the games that we thought that were going to have a tough time, I think gives us a little bit more confidence that, they can go toe-to-toe with those players or with those teams or hang around with those teams.
Only if they play the same way offensively that they did this past weekend. They're not always gonna. They're not gonna
have the same game every.
They're not gonna play the Cowboys
week in and week out.
Yeah, week in, week out. So, it really, really depends on them. It depends on the as long as the offense is clicking, we have a shot.
Yeah.
So it really depends on that. So let's see what happens against the Raiders. We got to build off whatever we just did here with the Cowboys. Let's build off it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's beat the Raiders. Raiders are a very beatable team.
Yeah.
So let's hope that continues, and from there we start to vibe. We start to build that traction, that momentum going forward.
100%.
But the games you were talking about, like the Ravens lost to the Lions last night, but it doesn't mean that they're a bad team. They just beat a better team. They beat an offensively better team.
Oh yes, 100%.
And that makes me feel a little bit better with the way the Lions defeated us last week. They killed us, right? And we just saw what they did with the Ravens. But at the same time, it makes me feel better that at least, like, okay, we know we lost to a really good team.
Hey, look at this. That's a whole ass reunion. This guy with the Pope. Look who come up with the Pope shirt. Nah, bro.
No.
Give him the microphone. Give him the microphone.
What's up, man? How y'all doing? I just pulled up, man.
Yeah, surprise. He texted me if we were home. Yeah, surprise, motherfucker. John, give us your comments. Give us your thoughts on the game on Sunday, man. Caleb's QB1 forever.
Man.
Pop a seat. Oh, wait, go get a seat. There's a seat somewhere. If not, upstairs. Look at that.
As soon as you go to your left, right there, boom.
Boom, right there. Look at that. We got the gang back together. Ain't that fun?
You're gonna get a little closer to you, but
yeah, it's all right. I need my leg to go on top of something, anyways. But anyways, John, as you get situated here, we're talking about the Bears, and obviously your QB1 over here showed up against the Cowgirls, your second favorite team. First of all, how are you feeling this past weekend, knowing that you hate Caleb Williams and you also hate the Cowgirls?
Man, it's just my it was like my hate versus my hate. Who I hate more. And y'all know, you guys overall. But the Cowgirls hate is nationwide, because it's like we just hate that's America's team. Like
100%.
it sucks. It's like,
Patriots.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's worse than the Patriots. It's worse than the Yankees. The
I got for water.
Oh dang! I get refreshments too here.
Look at that. We upgraded to the studio. Yeah.
Man, it felt so good to just whoop their ass, man. Because every year you hear like that. The roster for the Cowboys is always talented.
100%.
100%. But it's just the Cowboys are gonna cowboy. They're gonna choke. Dak, he can ball out for like 4,000, damn near close to 5,000 passing yards, and then he could just be dog shit. The same with like CD. He seems to be loving Pickens, and you could tell like Pickens took that loss, hard. He
100%.
At the end. But for us to whoop their ass, dude, it was great. It was great.
It felt great.
But I'm gonna be that guy. I felt great Sunday, but then after Monday's night game, I'm like, ain't no way the Bears gonna compete like this against the Ravens. I didn't feel good Sunday or Monday night.
What he's saying is post McClarity hit. That's exactly what happened. We all know.
Talk about the walk of shame after
clarity hit. All right, this was fun. It was nice, but damn, reality set in.
100%. So let's keep on the positive side.
If I can add,
Go ahead, add.
with the positive, we have momentum going into Vegas.
100%.
I'm finna
You're
be
gonna
there.
go, right?
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna
Nice.
be there. But on a brighter note, we can literally go into the bye 2-2.
With a whole lot of
With a
confidence.
whole lot of confidence. Ben can cook during the bye week to go against the Commanders because that's gonna be after the bye week is where that's where shit gets real.
100%.
We got the Saints.
No, we got the Commanders after.
I mean, yeah, it's Commanders,
Commanders,
then
Saints,
then the Ravens,
and the
then
Bengals, which
yeah.
is a Bengals without Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, yeah,
Right?
yeah. So I mean, it can go our way. We can low key have a winning record come first week of November.
Damn.
But does that mean anything if you're beating teams who are without their quarterback, who aren't as good? It means nothing going into the playoffs, though, right?
Jose, in a 18-week NFL season, every game matters no matter who's in front of you.
No,
Any given Sunday. Anybody could win.
We saw with the Packers and Browns.
Exactly.
Sunday.
I hear you, right?
Right.
But last year when we saw the Commanders do what they did going into the NFC Championship, that was like that team actually has a future to be successful to win a Super Bowl, right? Because they have all the pieces in place, and Jaden Daniels did his thing.
To add on that, Jose, we thought that about the Texans, and look at what CJ Stroud's been doing now.
100%.
It's like I said, it's a long season, and confidence is key, man. If you guys get on a roll, these guys, start, they get behind Ben's play calling. He figures out what works for Caleb, what can Caleb do in his offense and whatnot. I mean, the defense is probably I'm more scared of our defense than our offense. So we're probably gonna.
But
no, we're probably gonna get blown out. We're gonna have to put up just as many points to win games going forward.
But my point is exactly what he said. I don't want us to be the CJ Stroud Texans. I don't want us to have that one good year where we think we're good, we make it to the playoffs, and then we're basically, for lack of better words, dog shit the next 2 years because we're not really that talented.
Well, also remember they lost a lot of the offensive linemen, right? They traded away their best offensive linemen to the Commanders. They did a lot of wholesale changes there that was effectively enough where the team performance is the way it is today, right? Obviously, they're off without Tank Dell, who broke his whole entire leg last season. They ruled him off this season. Nico Collins is kind of coming off an injury too as well, who hasn't been 100%, right? The tight end is not the same tight end that it was before. You could say age is catching up to him. He doesn't have another number two. CJ Stroud has everything on his shoulders, and you can kind of tell, like, when a quarterback a young quarterback needs help, he needs help. And the Texans are one of those teams where you could just say, like, you're right, that fall from grace, that hot team when they first came in with a new fresh quarterback, new set of eyes, new everything, and then you do make these little minute changes, and it affects the team in a negative way where you think, like, damn, but what the hell happened? We're not there yet, and we're not going to be there. I don't see the Bears trading Tooney, Jonah Jackson, Dahlman. I don't see the Bears trading Darnell Wright. Braxton Jones might be the only question mark on the left-hand side, but he had an amazing game on Sunday. Mind you, no Michael Parsons. It's a little bit easy, right? 110%. But again, at least the Bears, where they need to be healthy and need to be solid, are solid for the next years to come outside of the defensive line.
No, I agree. But back to the comparison of the Texans and the Bears, I still would have to, if I'm being honest, I think I have more faith that the Texans make the playoffs than the Bears do this year. And which is kind of shitty because we're on a high right now, and Jose's talking about, like, if we make the playoffs, or like talking like we can make the playoffs the way the schedule's kind of lining up for at least the next month, there is playoff hope. But then if we're comparing it to somebody like Caleb versus Stroud, then it's like, okay, who you got more faith in?
It's still kind of comparing apples to oranges because you also got to look at the overall division.
Right.
I mean, you talk about
we're still the weakest.
We're still the weakest in our division, and yet we have the same record as the other teams in our division. Oh, or at least one of the three comparing. We're a game behind.
Okay, but does this win say more about us? Are we like that good to put up this many points, or are the Cowboys that bad?
It could be both. It could definitely be both.
Given what we saw with them against the Giants, I think the Cowboys defense is just trash.
Right, 100%. But it's also what's to come for not only for this season but for the future. because Ben Johnson
we
is not
can't-
going anywhere.
But we can't even smell or we can't even think about playoffs when we play
I-
when we play teams like the Lions who are legitimately playoff contenders.
100%.
The way we did,
Right.
That's why it's like, look, we beat a bad team in the Cowboys, but
Right.
we lost to a really good team decisively to the Lions.
Right, team that's
So
been there
let's
and done that.
continue to see how this goes.
100%.
The Raiders are a winnable team, but then when we go to the Commanders, they should beat us.
I hear you 110%. But see, you guys here said playoffs. You guys said I'm the only one that had the expectations to let this team just grow. And that's where I'm at. And that's why I'm kind of comfortable and great where I'm at with my decision, because I knew what this team was and where its limit is. This is probably the peak expectation for the Chicago Bears. This is what the Bears in the next 2-3 years should have week in and week out in the next 2 years, like consistently, right? If I can have another game like this in week 7 and all the other games are still competitive, but I know that this is a possibility in a future game, I'm fucking fine. I am great. I am fantabulous. Because you see the growth in Ben Johnson, the growth in Caleb Williams, the growth in the offensive line and the team chemistry together, more chemistry between Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore. These players are still going to be here next year. You add Luther Burden to go along with this offensive mindset. Guys, this is what I've been wanting for years, and we finally got it. And I'm not asking.
We've seen one game of
But
it, bro.
okay, I get that. I hear that, but I'm not expecting it to be week in and week out. Give me this later on in the season. I'm not asking for, if I could get this next week, fucking amazing. But no, I don't. Because I really expect probably a little coming down to earth, right? I don't know how hostile that environment is. Is it possible? Yes, but I could kind of see it more of a closer game because the Raiders are coached well by Pete Carroll, and they're a very stingy team.
I don't know. Look, I hear you, and I'm with you on the what ifs and the hype. What's the word? The theories, right? I
Right.
get you. I hear you. It's all optimism that we want the Bears to win. I've learned from last year.
Right.
I need to keep staying in reality, right? And what am my eyes seeing in front of me? What am I seeing? What are things to build off of? Right now, Roma Dunze, he's the clear-cut number one. Right,
He's going to be the number one next year.
For his entire by the entire Bears career, he'll be the number one guy.
100%.
And you're starting to see that, right? What else are you starting to see? Maybe DJ Moore, we don't need him. Maybe we could trade him. Maybe we could move him around, right? It all depends on what we see. It all depends on what we see with Luther Bird and Zacchaeus, right? Because you're starting to see Zacchaeus be a lot more prominent in this offense
That's the security
than
blanket.
DJ Moore. Exactly. So again, if Rome is your number one, Zacchaeus could be your number two, or maybe Luther Burden can develop your number two, right? Either or. So then if DJ Moore is kind of the odd man out, he's great to have, right? He's a great player. I want him on the team. But if you can do without, maybe you could use him as a trade bait, right? What do we need right now offensively? A running back. We don't have no type of running game whatsoever. So for me, that's what worries me right now.
Speaking of the run game, is it just me or does Caleb look like he can't run neither? Like he runs awkwardly.
Not every look.
In the Minnesota game,
He ran.
This last game though, like when you look at him, like okay,
he didn't need to run.
He didn't need to
he
run.
didn't need to run, but
He
the
didn't need
times
to
he did run, he just looked weird. Like I mean, we'd want Caleb. I mean, I get it. It puts at more risk to get hurt, but if he could be a dual threat quarterback, that'd be really great for the team now, considering we have no run game. And I think this year's definitely proving because like a lot of people weren't happy that we signed Swift last year. I was one of them. Eric was one of them. I mean, I think he was overpaid, overrated, and I think it's showing this year. But if we can have, I'm saying if we can have more runs with Caleb, that'd be great. But I felt like I don't know. To me, he looked like he's not that like. He can't even be like Patrick Mahomes type of running guy, you know, not Josh Allen or. And I know we gotta focus on like one thing, like let him focus on getting rid of his bad mechanics because here he is again. Because technically, you can consider this another rookie year for him because he has to get rid of all his bad habits, learn a new play system and everything, which sucks. So that's why like this year, I know Eric's like, there's no expectation this year, just get better. But I mean, if we can have him be a dual threat quarterback, I think that'd be
But if you look at the Minnesota game, he ran perfectly. Like he was all over the place. He was doing. He was like he scored a touchdown running. He was great. Last week was everybody played like shit, right? So it's like it's kind of like an anomaly kind of thing. Play this week he didn't need to run because offensively, passing wise, he was great. He was perfect. So, I
He
mean,
was perfect now with four TDs.
yeah,
Is this the only 4 touchdown game he has this season?
no,
yet.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Season?
Like you think this is the only?
We
game
played-
he'll
This is
have?
the only one? No.
No,
I don't think so.
we play the Giants.
Yeah, we played Giants.
I think we can have another 4
What,
touchdowns.
what about
We play the
The
Saints.
Saints. Yeah, I was about to say that. The Saints is coming up after.
I was gonna say that because the Giants have a good defensive line, so but we play the Saints. So hopefully we do our thing there.
I can see
So
the
against
Vikings game too
against
as well.
the bad teams, then the bar is set. What our performance against the Cowboys was.
Yeah, I would say so. You have to, but also against the good teams, you also have a bar with the Lions. So
Yeah,
it's.
I mean, yeah, just that Monday night game was amazing, and I don't think the Bears will compete with the Ravens the way the Lions did. I mean, the Lions proved they're fucking back.
And we could have beaten the Vikings. We just
Oh, 100%.
a lot
Now, like,
happened.
I don't know if you guys listen to like, Get Up and other medias out there. Like they're talking about like that the Vikings ain't it. That they're missing Sam Darnold. Where after they came back and beat us with one guy, and now it's like, oh, they don't got their guy. And it's like, man, do we have? So are we saying like the Bears have a better quarterback than the Vikings do?
100%.
But I think as a whole, we're still the weakest team in the division. But is our quarterback better?
What from the first 2 games that JJ McCarthy played, it looked like it was the Bears defense instead of him. It looked like he just defeated a Bears defense. That's what I'm worried about. Us beating the Cowboys. Is it just the Cowboys defense that we beat? Because we got our asses whooped against the Lions.
We whooped their ass, which is big. I don't know. I don't know what the game would have been like if CD never got hurt. Would have made it a shootout possibly, but I think, man, it's just it goes back to what I said earlier. Like, are the Cowboys really that bad, or like this is how good the Bears could be? This is how good Caleb
I think it's a little of
system
both.
could be.
I think it's a little of both because it's still a very young season, and 3 games in, it's hard to judge a
Only one
team.
win.
It's right.
We're talking playoffs. Like, hey,
Well-
we got a shot at playoffs now.
Well, 3 games in, it's hard to judge a team for who they really are, right? It's not till like week 6, 7, you're like, okay, this team is what it is. You know what I mean? So like they could have won. They could have won week 1. They did it. We got whooped week 2,
Yep.
and then we whooped another team week 3. So it's like we're right, literally in the middle. Like, what is this team? We don't know yet.
What would be? I mean, it'd be a completely different conversation. We can say we expect them to win next week. So if we're 3-1 in the bye, that's a way different conversation for us. Despite asses whooped still by the Lions, but going against the Commanders coming out the bye week at 3-1, you feel a lot more comfortable than 2-2.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if we're 1-3? Then how we feeling?
Well, if we're 1-3 and we were competitive, I'm feeling okay because at the end of the day, I know I have the expectation now that we're not winning shit this year. So I'm okay if we're 1-3 as long as we're competitive. If we're 1-3 and we got our asses kicked like we did in the Lions, I'm like, bro, this is not going well.
I think
I'm depleted.
I'd be pretty upset because expectations are high. But I mean, reality has set of where we stand in amongst our division, and also looking at the Raiders. You guys mentioned it. It's just Pete Carroll, and they got who is it? Geno, right? You got his
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Yeah, a
They're
veteran
also
quarterback.
disappointing.
Like that's just, it's just veteranship over there beating this new Ben and Caleb.
You would
No.
think, but they also look like a disappointing team. I mean, Geno hasn't been playing the best, and Ashton Genty does not look like the rookie running back we all thought he would be.
Hey,
Brock Bowers got hurt.
He might look good against us.
He might.
He might eat. he
I'm
might go
hoping I
off.
got him in fantasy.
He might go off for
I got him.
2 touchdowns, 100 yards.
I got him in 2 leagues. I hope so.
at least.
The only reason why he's not benched is because they're going against the Bears.
Windy City Rundown here on Facebook and YouTube, guys. Make sure you follow us on all their social media platforms. Our link is in the comment section. If you guys want to join us, it is on our Facebook page, also on our YouTube page too as well. Windy City Underground. The crew is back. The crew is back. Look at that. That's Jonathan Plyer right there. It wasn't planned either. That's Jose Contreras. We're here live together for the first time in
For
such a
real.
long time. We're talking about the Chicago Bears and their victory over their, how should I say this? Their confident building victory against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday as they beat the Cowboys 31-14. A lot of impressive things to talk about, a lot of positive things to talk about the game on Sunday. Obviously, Caleb Williams going for 4 touchdowns, almost close to 300 yards. Jose was giving me a stat earlier that he is a top 10 quarterback right now for the first 3 weeks.
He's ninth.
He's ninth. There you go. So you got a top 10 quarterback. When was the last time the Bears had a top 10
Ninth.
quarterback in any of the weeks?
He's ninth in QBR, 19 passing yards. He's, I think,
Second or first in touchdown throws?
he's tied for
He's
second.
tied for second or for
And-
first.
with 7 or first.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also 22nd in interceptions. Tied
Which,
for 22nd.
I mean, that's only one interception,
one interception.
which is pretty good
Which is good.
on that point of aspect. Like, there's a lot of things to talk about the Chicago Bears. One of the most impressive things about the Bears for me on Sunday was that killer drive in the third quarter where they milked literally 10 minutes off the clock, 11 straight run plays. You guys were talking about how bad the run play was. Obviously, it was the Cowboys defense, 11 straight run plays, and then they finish it off with I think that was the Cole Kmet touchdown, another one from Caleb Williams. Another thing, did you guys know that they were giving out free weenies today? Free glizzies at Weenie World? Yeah.
Winner circle.
Wiener Circle, thank you. At Wiener Circle, free glizzies.
They
They marketed that very perfectly.
they were-
I'll give
no,
them a round of
well,
applause.
they were
for that.
talking some. Damn well they were like talking shit like
That was definitely a shit talking.
if he scores 4 touchdowns, if he throws 4 touchdowns, we'll give everybody hot dogs.
Free glizzies, free winnies, and guess
Crazy.
what? It was today. Yeah, I know, right? We all missed out on a great glizzy. Again, they shut down the Cowboys defense. They had 2 interceptions from Edward, 3 interceptions, 2 from Edwards, 1 from Bird, and then another straps takeaway from Stevenson. A lot of positives said for the Chicago Bears. No negatives whatsoever. Very few. I mean, if anything, if we want to talk about
The run
negative
play.
run play,
The run.
Caleb is still missing his layups. I think that's another thing we can talk about that's a negative about Caleb Williams, that his layups, like his easy screen pass, these little dink and dumps, underthrowing people that are very close.
I think he's traumatized, bro. He got sacked so many times last year. I think he's just traumatized.
Another positive, no sacks. No sacks on Sunday too.
Hardly any penalties.
Hardly any penalties. No start behind the line of scrimmage. There are a lot of positive, but yeah, I mean, that's something that I think Caleb has to kind of work at, bro. I mean, not kind of, really needs to getting his layups. I mean, he a lot of overthrows. I mean, there was one that I can remember. I think he dirt one to Rome Odunze or DJ Moore. He overthrew Rome by a little bit on one of the slant plays that could have gotten the first down. Like there's a lot of many plays that we could talk about that Caleb needs to work, but all in all, I think there was more positive than negatives. We are going to the Bears game this week. Well, you're going personally to the Bears game this week,
Lucky.
but all of us, I think we're going to the Bears game this week and are very positive and a super high on that note because of the victory on Sunday. I have a question up here. Let me get this ready because I was surprised that John was here. But real simple, guys. Can the Bears make it 2 in a row? John, can they make it 2 in a row? Are you going to see the Bears make it 2 in a row on Sunday in Vegas?
Absolutely, man. I feel like I'm expecting to see a lot of Bears fans in Vegas. First of all,
I think so too. There's a lot.
I think it's a lot of just going to Vegas in general, but I think it's going to be a lot of Bears fans. I think the Bears are going to be on a high. I'm hoping your quarterback loves the Vegas atmosphere and just balls out. But I really think the Raiders are still trying to figure it out. I mean, they got a lot of new over there, new faces, they got to get adjusted. You said it yourself. Their rookie running back hasn't been what we thought he'd be. I mean, realistically, we thought he was going to come out the gates like Saquon.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think that's the only thing I'm scared of. I'm more scared of their run game than Geno. I mean, I don't want to say like that Caleb's gonna outshine Geno, but it's kind of possible because Geno's never been that guy. But Geno also got that dog in him, so you can't
really take him for granted.
You can't take him serious. But I feel like it's like Big Pup versus Little Pup. And right now, the Little Pup's on a high.
No, 100%. I hear you, and I think that's another. Like, you don't want to take this team lightly, and obviously any Pete Carroll coach team you don't want to take lightly either. You're absolutely right. Jose said he has Genty on his starting lineup because it is against the Bears, and the Bears do give up a good chunk plays. I mean, how many good running plays, chunk plays that they gave up on the running play?
I mean, you're still not starting the Bears defense in any
100%. No, you're not. I mean, this was a good weekend if you start him on fantasy for sure. But look.
This is the week everybody dropped the Bears probably. The most points they're gonna put up all season long. But I think it'll be. I don't think it's gonna be easy win. We should win. We should be 2-0.
Yeah.
You know, and
2-2.
Sorry, yeah, make it 2 in a row. Be 2-2 coming into
2-2.
the bye. But I don't think it's gonna be easy. We can't take this team lightly. I could see honestly, I could see us winning by like a game-winning field goal, like that type of game.
Look at this guy.
I think a lot of the numbers, you're talking about like where Caleb stands right now, but this Cowboys game was a lot of stat padding for overall the Bears offense.
I hear you. I mean, you can say stat padding, or you can say a confidence builder on getting to know the offense a lot better, understanding the chemistry between said players amongst themselves. Tony says on the comments, what's up? Tony said, I want Hooters. I know. I owe everybody Hooters. I owe Hooters to, over my comment early in the season about the Cubs. They got there. We'll talk about the Cubs a little bit shortly. But yes, Tony also believes that the Bears will be 2-2 by Monday. I hope so. I feel confident. I think if we would have lost, I don't know how confident I would have been if we're getting a dub in Vegas. But 2-2. And then he said he ain't a dog, he a pup in Geno Smith. So that's Tony on the comments. Tony, thank you very much, guys. Also, you can also join us too. Comment, the link is on here too as well. If you guys want to hop on, talk to us too as well. The gang is back right here. Jose, Jonathan right there. I'm Eric Avila. But Jose, question to you.
Yeah, and I have a would you rather question also. Go ahead.
You think the Bears will make it 2 in a row on Sunday?
2 in a row, yeah.
I think this guy just came on.
I think we can beat them. I think we can beat the Raiders. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders beat us. It's just real.
And you only say that because of what?
Because I'm not too confident in our defense quite yet.
Okay.
I think we'll win. It's gonna be, if we win, it's close.
Yeah, because we can't stop the run to save our lives. And Ashton Jennings could literally run right over us. I think he's just waiting for. He's licking his chops looking at the Bears. And if Brock Bowers is healthy, he will also torch us. So that's just how I feel. We'll see.
Do you think can Caleb torch them? Can Caleb torch
Yes.
the defense?
Yes. Yeah. As long as the offensive line is giving them time to throw, yeah, 100%. So here's my would you rather.
Okay.
Real quick.
Give me the.
What about you? Can they make it 2 in a row real quick before we go to this?
Give me your would you rather first.
It's a pretty fun long one, but I want to.
All right, cool.
John?
Am I confident? Yeah, I'm confident the Bears can make it 2-2. I think this game was a great confidence builder. I think they feel like they can go out and do whatever play they can. Obviously, the defense is going to be a little bit more tougher. The environment, maybe, depending, like you said, John said that it might be a home game. It might be 50-50, depending on what side of the ball you're on. So I feel like whoever strikes first and then strikes again will have the momentum of the game. I think it's like a boxing bout. Like whoever could connect a lot of combinations quickly and early will probably dictate the whole match, and I think that's how the game will be on Sunday. I think the Bears could come back on Monday 2-2.
Like Crawford did Canelo.
Exactly. Yeah. Tony says hi, Jose.
Yo, what's up, Tony?
And he says, "Stop drinking the Ultra. The Bears will win on Sunday."
I'm not drinking the Ultra. It's just, look, Tony, we've
been here before.
We've been here before, man. It's like that vicious cycle. We're here. The Bears can make the playoffs until reality sets in. We're like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like that's it. I'm trying to ease my optimism. But real quick, here, I was talking about how the Bears need a running back, right? So I have a would you rather. Okay, who would you rather trade to get? And I'm not saying you like the trade can be whoever, I don't care. But who would you rather trade? I'm looking at a couple of 0-3 teams that maybe want to make some changes, right? These two teams make sense to me right now. The New Orleans Saints is one of them. 0-3, they're rebuilding. They have Alvin Kamara there.
No.
Wait, relax. Just wait till I finish, okay?
No, but I'm already saying no.
in 3 games already has over 150 rushing yards, a touchdown. I just think he's still showing he's very productive. He's 100% better than DeAndre Swift and any running back we have. I'm not saying we give up the farm. I'm just saying
No, I don't think give up anything.
I'm saying if we can give up something reasonable, why not go for him? Right? He's one. Would you rather do him or? And forgive me for giving you this team when these 2 running backs, but here we have a team in the New York Jets who has either Brayson Allen or Breece Hall, right? Who's the quarterback? Justin Fields. Who was his favorite target? DJ Moore. Would you trade maybe someone like DJ Moore to the Jets where they're both happy for a running back and maybe some other, I don't know. Obviously, DJ Moore is worth more than just one of those 2 running backs. Something else, right? Maybe a draft pick here and there, whatever.
Right.
But would you trade DJ Moore to the Jets for one of those 2 running backs and a draft pick or whatever the case is, right? I think it makes sense for both teams. But what do you guys think?
I personally don't think DJ would want to go over there. I mean,
I think so.
they got Garrett Wilson. No, I mean, look at it. I mean, what does he gain going over there?
Exactly.
I mean,
He's back with his favorite quarterback.
no, I mean, he's
Okay.
Okay, but realistically, if teams start to double team Rome, then DJ's gonna eat. You know, I mean, right now I think he's happy in this. I think he's happier here than he would be back with Justin Fields and the Jets. Because I mean, right now Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields seem like they're DJ and Fields.
Yeah, 100%. I remember they were college teammates back in Ohio State too, so that
I mean,
also has a lot to do with it.
Okay, I wouldn't trade for neither of the Jets running backs. I would entertain the Kamara deal more because I think Kamara, with the change of scenery, he might just start going off, and we all know what he can do. But if you're talking about one healthy,
100%.
But if you're talking about like make DJ happy, send him to Fields, I don't think that's a real narrative for DJ.
Is Trey Hendrickson still available? Will he still be available? Because I feel like I mean it's a 1-year deal. It's only a 1-year deal. That's fine. I still feel like we need somebody on the defensive line. We need another defensive person. I don't need another running back. The running back will be fine. I don't care. Give Monangai a chance for at this point.
No.
See what Roshan has at this point.
I'd rather give.
I hear you loud and clear that the running game hasn't been or isn't as great as it is, but I still see a big gaping crater on the defensive line of the side of the ball, to where even though they still find ways not to pressure the quarterback, they still can't apply pressure on the quarterback. They still can't get a sack or come close to a sack until garbage time for some odd forsaken reason. Like, it's cute. I get it. But the moment you said running back, I said no, sir, because I still see the biggest need that the Chicago Bears need is someone on the defensive line, whether if it's another D tackle or a defensive end opposite of Montez Sweat, which is the key number 1 priority.
I just think looking at what the Lions were with Ben Johnson, that team was super successful
100%.
with the running backs that they had
100%.
there.
And they still are. But
yeah.
But also remember that team has been building for years before Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell got in there too as well. They had Aiden Hutchinson on the other side, who's a dog that can eat, and the defensive line just got better along with him. I still believe, and I still feel
that's why I say if you can get a proven commodity like Kamara, like how Montgomery was here in Chicago, at least via trade or somewhere, or maybe even free agency. The reason why I say is because you don't want to use your high first round, second round, your high draft picks on a running back when you have so much holes on the defense.
That's cute. You can find them in the second, in the third, in the fourth round, in the fifth round. Like you can find them anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, you can find them anywhere.
We took Monangai 7th round. He doesn't seem like he's panning out.
Again, he's still behind DeAndre Swift, a rookie that's still learning this offense. The offensive line hasn't still been that great for the running game to be good.
But that's why I'm saying like you want to get a running back in those drafts when you have so many holes on defense.
100%.
You have to literally rebuild the entire defense.
That's good. I mean, I know they wanted Trayvon Henderson, but the Patriots got ahead of the game and got him.
That's why I agree with Eric. You can get a running back, second and third round and use your first round pick to address the defense.
I mean, the Bears have found success in running backs throughout the years. I mean, Jordan Howard was a 4th or 5th round pick.
Yeah,
Matt Forte was a 5th or 6th round pick.
you
Oh,
can
who
get
else? I feel like I'm
you can
forgetting other
draft
people
somebody
too.
second, third round and still make
Exactly.
them a
You can
free
still
agent.
find, and I get it. You're gonna say
Apples, oranges.
It's not.
Why? Because who drafted those guys that you didn't need? It wasn't Ryan Poles.
I
So,
understand that.
so do you believe in Ryan Poles to get it right? The jury's still out on Caleb Williams. The jury's still out on Colston Loveland. The jury's still out on Luther Burden. No.
Talking about.
The
Now
only
you're talking
the
about
only-
rookies,
the-
my guy.
bro, he's only been here for like 3 or 4 years. Other than those guys, the rookies that I just mentioned, what veterans that he drafted are good? What veterans are Pro Bowlers? What veterans have shown you that they're going to be here for years to come? None of them, Eric. The players you named, Jordan Howard, David Montgomery, and all blah blah, were guys before Ryan Poles. You still need to remember who's the one drafting here. Everybody has not been a proven commodity, and the ones that have been here 3 or 4 years alongside him have shown nothing.
To be fair, but just to make sure, Poles was here when Montgomery was still here, and we didn't re-sign him, right?
Right, he let him
Vikings
go.
got him as a free agent.
The Lions.
Lions got him as a free agent. Sorry, and
Mhm.
that's when we went and got Swift, right? 'Cause this is year 2 of Swift.
Yes.
So we still got him next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one sucks. It sucks because he went to division opponent and look at he's still balling out.
Yeah.
And like when have you ever seen a dual running back committee like actually pan out? Or like that how they're doing, like they're fucking making history. I mean, because we always we've been playing fantasy football. And I know it's a little hard. It's tricky comparing fantasy football to real football, but it's like you don't draft somebody that's in a committee. But for the Lions, you can draft either Montgomery or Gibbs because it works. Like no one else is doing that.
Facts, because David Montgomery literally gave me a game and turned around a game for me in fantasy football this past weekend. So
But it's like
it's crazy. You're absolutely right, though.
But I don't think this is the defense is the bigger. I mean, it's a
That's
bigger
the biggest
fire
issue.
to put out. It's a bigger fire
Yeah,
to put out.
it really is. Like if there's a baby fire
Yeah.
and there's a big fire. The running back is the baby
Right.
fire. The big fire is the defensive line. Because again, the Bears are still getting torched on the run game.
But look at
The
top.
Bears still can't apply pressure
Yes,
to the
yes.
quarterback.
I hear you.
The cornerbacks have to do a little bit extra work because of set time of how long the quarterback has to actually time and think.
But if going back to my point, look at the top running backs in the league right now. They were all free agents or via trades. Look at the guys like Derrick Henry, who everybody thought.
Different beast.
No, it's not, because everybody thought Derrick Henry was washed or he had too much tire on the tread.
No one thought that.
Look, I swear, a lot of people
No
thought,
one
hey,
thought that.
him going to the Ravens, there's some tires there. Like the Tennessee
Nah.
Titans use them.
That was the perfect fit.
I'm
That was the
I'm
perfect
just saying,
fit. No.
all I'm saying is that we're
No,
looking
sir.
at. All I'm saying is we're looking at guys like Alvin Kamara and saying like, oh, he's too washed or he's this and that. Some people were saying that about Derrick Henry.
Nobody said that.
All I'm saying is look at those running backs who came not drafted, not in the draft for those teams. The Ravens didn't draft Derrick Henry; they got him via free agency. The Eagles didn't draft Saquon
Different
Barkley.
beast.
That's who we should have paid last year.
And he
that's-
again, that's who the
but
Bears
that's what
actually
I'm-
went for.
but
Like
that's
they
what
went
I'm
for
saying.
Saquon instead of
But
DeAndre Swift.
What I'm saying is you can get running backs out of the draft, and you can get running backs from free agency, from trades
I
to help boost you. Because look at the Ravens, look at the Eagles.
I get that, but you're talking about kind of almost once in a generational type players that still produce at the end of the day. Because everybody thought that the Ravens, Derrick Henry and the Ravens was the perfect fit. I mean, shit, Christian McCaffrey you still rely on him, even though he has
Still their
27,000 injuries.
He's
You
still
know,
the offense.
he's still the
Even
offense for the
quarterback.
49ers. Different beast. You're talking. You're still talking about.
Okay, Jose, but okay. We have Ben here now. And you see what he did in Detroit. You don't think he's gonna have a say in what running back we get next year? You don't have faith in that?
I do have faith in what Ben Johnson can do. Yes, I do.
I feel like he can go.
I would rather.
he can
I would
go-
rather. That's
he
why.
can- I think he can make a dual committee here via free agency,
Which is my point.
and via the draft, a late second, third rounder. And I'm not saying like we're not gonna go for a big name because realistically, David Montgomery wasn't a big name like that. Big name here to us, it hurt us, but nationwide across the league, no one was like, "Oh fuck, the Lions got Montgomery. Damn, they're gonna kill it. They're gonna go off." So I feel like Ben can still get. I mean, you see, there's so many in the leagues. I'd say probably like one. What do you say? 1/3 of running backs pan out the draft because there's just so many that get hurt and then next man up and he sucks and you're looking at third stringers now. But I think you got to put a little faith in Ben to talk to polls on like, hey, this is what I want from my offense next year, and that's gonna be running back.
It's gonna have to be,
Because
yeah.
he didn't sign Swift.
Running back, offensive line, defense, and there's multiple positions on the defense because Montez Sweat robbed you. That's why I'm saying we can't. I would rather get a running back via free agency, like the teams like the Eagles and the Ravens did. It could be anybody, right? I can't sit here and tell you who's going to be a free agent next year, right? But all I'm saying is, don't be opposed to it at least next year. That way you could focus on the offensive line and the defense because that right now is what's hurting your team the most.
Right. But I think there's not going to be a running back on the caliber level of Saquon or Henry available.
I agree.
Next year.
I agree with that.
You just see what we got. We got like 3 running backs that already got hurt. James Conner, Aaron Jones, and I feel like some other guy just got hurt recently. It's like, damn. So now they're all looking at backups. So I don't think, like I said, there's not going to be a big name running back available for us free agency next year. And I don't think neither team with the big name would trade for Swift or DJ Moore.
No. Ryan Poles drafted Roschon Johnson. No.
Yep.
He needs him to succeed. Whenever he comes back from injury, he needs to do his thing.
When we let Montgomery go, there were signs that Roschon looked like he could be that dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe under this office of Ben Johnson, maybe he could do something.
Yeah,
but
maybe we can have. No, I was gonna say we could have a Sonic and Knuckles, but I don't think
bootleg version.
And no team is Swift as Sonic.
Yeah, no, we Jahmyr Gibbs is he's a talent.
Yeah,
he's a talent.
Sorry, as you guys were talking, I was actually shopping. Hey, I think you guys just motivate me to
shopping for running backs.
No, no, there's just a better equipment. I mean, I miss this guy. I miss you guys. I miss this setting. I know. I might as well. The Bears, fuck it. At this point. Nah, but you know what? Least of our worries is the running back room. Right now, like I said, if there's anybody out there for trading,
I'm about to look at the free agent class right now.
If the Bears are going to like look for a trade for somebody, it has to be on the defensive line. It needs to be. It can't be any other position. It can't be any other ones. I mean, if you want to go cornerback to help the depth of the, because of Kyle Gordon and Jalen Johnson, then sure, I'm okay with it as long as it's not expensive. But
hold on,
you talking about like somebody on the defensive line.
Hold on.
Like if somebody becomes available,
hold on.
I'm down for that. What'd you find for next year?
2026. Right? Free agency class. Breece Hall is one of them.
Okay. You don't have to trade for him if you want.
But that's not one that's turning my head. Derrick Henry's one of them. Nah, don't say that. Don't say that. The man's still a beast.
Yeah, he's gonna resign.
If I were the Ravens, I would resign him today. If not, the Bears better be on. They better make him an offer. Kenneth Walker's also one. He could be like a Montgomery. Everyone thought the same about Montgomery like they did Kenneth Walker.
Okay, I could see that. We still don't have a Sonic.
That's true. Actually, I don't know how updated this is because it's. I don't know how
Amy and Tails.
I don't know how valid this is though. Real quick, I don't know how valid this is because it's still saying Terry McLaurin and James Cook is we both know
it's not that updated.
So it's not that updated.
But,
so I could be wrong, but those two do they do stand out.
Breece Hall a little bit, but just Breece Hall because of the age and what you can get out of him. Give him a new, like I said, new city, young enough to like kind of take a chance on. Still not hitting his prime, but sort of kind of getting there. Okay, I'll give you that one. Derrick Henry. We just talked about him, but the fit to the Ravens outside of the Titans, I don't think there was any other fit for Derrick Henry.
Nah, he could be a fit.
But I would say
what you're saying now is what people were saying before he went to the Ravens.
No,
there was a lot.
Oh, well, maybe, but
there were some people. There were people that were saying that 100%. because of how the Titans used him. They were like, "There's no way he's going to be productive," until he was.
Yeah.
And I all I'm saying is don't doubt him. That's it.
No, I never do, but I still don't think it's the Bears are there yet. I think the Ravens are there, which is why he fit perfectly. The Bears are still not there yet. That's why like a Brees Hall who's younger, get him a little bit more cheaper, actually makes more sense than Derrick Henry,
I like Kenneth Walker too.
or Kenneth Walker. You know, Kenneth Walker might be that guy, but I mean at the same time, it's just again maybe different city, different scenery might change his career for sure.
I think the biggest one is Brees. I agree.
Brees is probably biggest.
Brees is probably the
But
biggest
still.
eye opener. I mean, if the Jets, I don't see the Jets making the playoffs, so why would he want to stay? Unless he's
Exactly.
getting a bunch of endorsement money out here in
Right.
New York, but he can get that here.
But again, I will say this
Well, hold on, real quick.
real
The
quick.
name that Jose said earlier, I would try to trade for Kamara.
I like Kamara.
I like that.
I like Kamara.
I would entertain that.
I feel bad for him I feel bad for him every year. He's playing with a team that is not making the playoffs. Maybe he could do something here in Chicago, revitalize his career, help a struggling offense.
If it's for a 6th or a 7th round pick, I'll do it.
That only happens for the Patriots.
If it's a
The Saints are rebuilding mode. They need assets. They're not going to give up for a 6.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
they're not gonna give
it-
him up for Swift or DJ Moore.
right, they're not. It's like, and with his age, I don't think. Yeah, I think at the highest is probably a 4th, and that's just being generous.
Give him Tyson Bagent. Cost control, good backup who might be a starter in the league. They just signed him, so they got him for some years.
Okay, but what happens if
They're
Caleb,
looking at it.
what happens if Caleb gets hurt?
Yeah, what happened? Got Case Keenum. You got Case Keenum if he gets hurt.
We can't think about that.
Yeah, we can't think about that though. Not 100% no.
They're gonna
But
win more games.
but Tyson Bagent and a 6th round pick.
No. Tyson Bagent, that's you're giving a quarterback.
Keep talking.
Y'all
I'll look.
wild.
You're giving a quarterback a potential starting future quarterback for your franchise. If anything, they should be giving us more.
Dude, Tyson's gonna be like a Chase Daniel.
No.
He's gonna make bank as a backup.
I think I do think Tyson would only be a good quarterback given the system. I think here under Ben
course.
Johnson, he's great. But if he goes to the Saints, he's gonna be another rattler.
He'll be a fucking Brock Osweiler.
The Brock, I fucking forgot about Brock
Mike
Osweiler.
Lennon.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that name in forever.
Brownie points for John with that one.
But he could also be a Brock Purdy. He could
Yeah.
also be a Brock Purdy, game manager
In the right system.
in the right system. Right, that's what I mean.
I don't think that's New Orleans.
I know, me either.
But that's why I think Kamara would want out.
I agree.
And that's why I think we should entertain
We should entertain it.
Come on, just pose just ask, send a text. Hey, bro.
You don't got to give up Swift. You could do Swift and Kamara. See what they do. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, give him Swift.
Give him Swift.
Give him Swift for sure. Bro.
I can see Swift in gold. I can see him in the Saints uniform.
John, I love it that you're here today because one of the questions that we got, hey, Matt has said, hey guys, what's going on? What's up, man? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, man. Tony said, have faith, brother. Have some faith, Tony. That's what he said. So
For sure, God's not a Bears fan.
right. So John, I'm glad that you're here because this is the last week of your baseball season. This is the last week of you seeing your team until March, February. But the most key important part that I love you that you're here is that there actually is a Chicago team that will be in the playoffs this year, and that's the Chicago Cubs. I for one quick second, I would love for you to take off your Cubs hate and give me your honest assessment about the Chicago Cubs in the postseason. How far do you think they can make it?
First off, I think if anybody has a hate or a blind list of hate, it's you with the White Sox. I feel like John is definitely more middle ground when it comes to the Cubs. But
Yeah, I think Eric hates the Sox more than I hate the Cubs.
100%.
I genuinely love baseball. You know, I'll sit down and watch a Cubs game. I'll go to a Cubs game.
Eric won't even step foot into a White Sox
Eric,
stadium.
Eric actually his feet will burn You know, like if he's getting an exorcist, the minute he gets off onto 35th Street.
Also, God's a Packers fan, but yeah,
Nah, bro.
bro,
Packers are-
like,
after
it's
this
hard to
weekend-
argue that. It's hard to argue.
This weekend, Mika opened his mouth and it's like, you sure about that?
So does CeeDee Lamb and see what happened to him.
You're, Eric, honestly, I think the Cubs peaked in when PCA had his MVP talks. So I don't expect most. I mean, I'm happy for you guys. Generally happy for Cubs fans. I didn't know it was since 2020 is the last time they went to the
Yeah,
playoffs. I did
2020.
not realize that.
Crazy.
The Brewers are the hotter team. They're the more exciting team in that division. So for the Cubs to make it, it's nice.
We
but
gave it up though.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember in the group chat, Eric's like, "Oh, take PCA MVP odds," and like it was like in the minus or maybe like plus 200. I think
It was plus.
plus
It was plus 550.
plus 50. Damn. All right. Well, he killed it. That ain't gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
I see a first round exit for the Cubs. To be honest with you,
Against the
It's-
Padres?
It's not no hate. Absolutely, against Slam Diego, of course.
Slam Diego.
But what is it? I think they can be better next year. If Steele comes back healthy. If my boy Asada, Carne Asada starts again. No, I like what the Cubs have, bro. Because
I think the Steele loss is definitely
the Steele. If they
hurt
had
them.
a steal, I think they would have been more aggressive at the trade
Uh-huh.
deadline.
that I don't know. That's iffy. That's iffy.
And then,
Bro, they
I
were
don't
still a
know.
really good team without Steele, and they didn't do shit. At the end of the day, this
Yeah,
falls
but
on
okay,
their
but
on their
then
feet.
PCA wasn't PCA that he was this year. They didn't have what's his name, Tucker, and I don't see him being re-signed here. Do you guys?
No,
I don't.
as much as I would like to believe they want to resign him,
And he's kind of not.
I just
He
think
hasn't been the guy that this $300 million man that he thinks he is.
That's-
He hasn't
that's
been
the
that
problem.
guy. And I mean, maybe if he has been that guy all summer or just this month alone, then we're talking about different expectations for the Cubs this postseason. But I think just the fall off of PCA, and then just the pitching the Cubs have, like there's no expectation. Like, all right, cool, you guys made it, nice. But I still think the Brewers are the harder team in that division. And then just looking overall at the other teams in the National League, I think they're a bounce, first round bounce.
who's his agent? Is it Boris?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I think so.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so they're cooked. It's not gonna happen. He's not gonna make a deal with the Cubs. So 100%, they're not gonna be able to resign him. Not that they don't want to, they won't be able to because they have a cheap ass owner.
I'll say this: that the fact that Kyle Tucker has been hurt for the last month and a half actually helps the Cubs benefit from getting him in a very cheaper deal because of his injury aspect. So I think that helps the Cubs in that point. But you're absolutely right. The Cubs is just ownership is just pretty cheap. Do I have faith? I think I think it's a move that the Cubs should make. Will the Cubs do it? I think the Cubs generally move would be like, hey, we got Owen Casey, Ballesteros is balling, give him an opportunity. We can stick a Casey in the back on right field. Suzuki can still be our DH for a while. Ballesteros could sub in here and there. They'll probably do something similar to like a Cody Bellinger deal. The next, officer, like, whatever third baseman comes up, whatever, I don't know, a first baseman pops up in here and there, something like that along the way, like the Cubs will do it. I kind of see the Cubs doing more value on the pitching side than anything this offseason. I don't think Kyle Tucker will be even a talking point. Oh yeah, because with Steele going down, obviously I got the update that Keith Horton only pitched 29 pitches today and got out early right now. The bullpen just gave up another fucking a big lead. It's 7-7 now at the bottom of the seventh, between them and the Mets. I mentioned that the Cubs need a lot of pitching help. They never got the depth. Even with Steele, the Cubs are still an ace short, a pitcher short. Steele being gone, they're still down 2 pitchers at this point. That's why I didn't have the belief that the Cubs will be. Yeah, it is right, and a lot of people were talking about him being game 1 starter No, that's another conversation for another day. But they were talking about him being a game 1 starter. I believe he should. I think he's got nothing to lose. I think he'll be a pitch perfect.
I think right now, seeing where everyone else is, and just momentum.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's all about how the pitcher feels, how he's been throwing.
100%.
Definitely, you got to ride the hot hand game 1. You got to come out the gate.
Gotta come out swinging. But I don't see the Cubs going for Tucker, and if they do, it'll be something like, all right,
3 years.
a 3-year, you
Opt out after 2
right.
years.
You
Yeah,
talk
like-
about a 400 million type of deal where you can opt out of, or give a player opt out every single year or something like that, or after the second year you can opt out or some shit like that. 100%, but
He could probably get that, but it'll be like a Javi Baez,
kind of something like that.
Bryant type of contract.
Right.
It's not going to be what he thought he was getting.
100%. I think that's what happened. And if the Cubs get him, great. It makes the Cubs better. But again, I still feel once Steele comes back, they're still a pitcher short, even though they got Kate Horton. Still think they're a pitcher short. They're still weak in the bullpen. They can use another lefty at bat. That's where Tucker comes in. But I still feel even with Tucker coming in, I still feel they still need another bat in that lineup. They need the depth as it is. I hope, and I could kind of see the Cubs still coming out of the wild card series. I think they can easily take the Mets or the Padres. Not easily, but I can see them winning that series. After that, it's a toss up because I don't think they're good enough to beat the Phillies. I don't think they're good enough to, even though the Dodgers have been pretty weak, or not weak, but haven't been playing up to their potential. I still don't think that in a 7-game series, the Cubs have enough to beat the Dodgers. And then, I mean, after that, it's just, and if they do somehow, some way, miraculously, because they've had played well against the bigger teams and the better teams, they'll even, there you go, or the Brewers.
It'll
I
be
don't-
though. If
I still don't
they go
think-
against San Diego, it'll be the Brewers if they beat them. And even then, that's
Exactly. They're still of a
it's
stretch.
tough.
It's still tough.
Yeah.
It's still, like, the Cubs will be, I'll say it like this, the Cubs will be an underdog in any series, but they won't be like a heavy underdog. They'll be like an underdog, like, you know what, the Cubs are good enough to beat this team if everybody's healthy, but also the Cubs aren't good enough to beat this team because the team on paper is better than the Cubs have right now. Pitching is a big thing. They don't have the bullpen. They don't have the
They don't
pitching,
have
and I think that's their Achilles heel coming in this season. So, which is why I don't think Tucker can come back with the Cubs. I don't think he will, and if he does, it'll be like a cheap deal or something like that. Another Cody Bellinger deal.
This all falls on the front office.
100%.
You did
I told you
nothing-
guys.
You did nothing to help your team improve for during the trade deadline, and that sucks. But
This is fun. I love you guys. I miss you guys. You know, this is fun. We should do this again more often. John, you're always welcome, my guy. Even though the names change, you're always welcome. You know, we'll always be here every Tuesday, 7:30, Facebook, YouTube.
The name change doesn't have nothing to do with John. We just
It does.
rebranded. It has
Yeah,
nothing
we
to
just
do with John.
rebranded. I was doing a trade calculator type of thing with you guys while you guys were speaking and talking about baseball at the moment. The Cubs, so the money value has to pitcher in and everything. So the Cubs, the Bears, if they want Alvin Kamara for Tyson Bagent in this, the Cubs will have to give up a 4th round pick that comes from the Rams for next year, and a comp of the 7th round too as well, because the money has to be right. And the Bears will still be $1 million under the cap on that point. Anything else, the Bears, why do we keep saying the Cubs? The Bears have to give up a little bit more, or like the only way that you don't give up multiple picks, if the fucking Bears give up a 3rd round pick along with Tyson Bagent for Alvin Kamara, and the money still kind of evens out. But the only reason why we put Tyson Bagent in this trade is because what Jose said. So it's an easy deal. It's 10 mil. Kamara is making 12 million, putting within the concept of his years combined together.
I'd rather give up DJ Moore.
See, that's where the money. That's where, if you decide to give up DJ Moore, then the Bears have to get a pick in return in order for that, and then that's an overpay at that point because you're overpaying for Alvin Kamara.
You're giving up a quarterback and
running back.
DJ Moore.
A wide receiver.
We keep Tyson.
He keeps Tyson,
Okay.
but it's still an overpay.
That you're doing DJ Moore bogus, bro.
Yeah, you're doing DJ Moore bogus. Although Rattler does, well, I mean, but then what would he be if you got Chris Olave down in New Orleans?
He'll barely eat.
Right, he'll barely eat. Chris Olave barely eats.
I'm talking about off the field.
Stupid.
Oh,
But yeah, although the Tyson Bagent does as much as look, I get it. What's that conversation? What's that saying? The popular quarterback is always the backup quarterback in every team. And that's what Tyson Bagent is. And
Send DJ Moore to the Jets. Do him a favor.
it's not a favor.
He's going back with his best friend.
That's not a favor. He's
He had
still
a 1,000 yards passing.
it's still
with
it's
Justin
still the
Fields.
same situation that he's here with Roma Dunze with Garrett Wilson out there. Now he has to learn. He has to learn another offense as he learned in another
He'll have
year.
1,000 yards receiving with a lot of other teams.
Exactly.
I mean,
And this
needs it
team,
right now?
everybody's gonna share the love here.
The Niners need one.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs need one.
But why are you gonna give the Chiefs another weapon when you know we're
Man,
we're finally
nowhere
getting,
near the
we're
Chiefs.
getting over the Chiefs in their fucking
The Bills.
rise.
The Bills. Imagine the Bills with him. That'd be-
My Super Bowl pick would look very lovely with the Bills right there.
Who's their backup running back? Ray Davis.
Ray Davis.
I think it is Ray Davis.
I miss you guys. Windy City Rundown will be live every Tuesday at 7:30 here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. Make sure you follow us on all the social media platform. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Matt, for hopping on in. Like I said, we'll be live every Tuesday, 7:30. Any last words? Bears win.
Oh fuck yeah, Bears gonna win. We'll be drunk as fuck in Vegas.
Nice.
I'm telling you, I'm feeling it's gonna be like a home game, man. You know, if I see Caleb out there, I'll buy him a shot or something.
Nah, bro. Why you gonna mess him up before the game, bro? If you say after the game, then okay, cool.
If I see Caleb after the game, I ain't gonna pin my nails, but I'll buy him a shot.
There you go.
know?
What? I think he looks like a Jameson guy, don't you think?
Nah, bro.
Whiskey.
He a little sassy. He's definitely
A daiquiri,
Casamigos
a
or-
Casamigo, peek you up. Make sure you put 21 black,
Nah, he's a white claw.
roulette,
Oh, black all the time.
100%,
he's a-
$100.
He's a white claw guy.
High noon,
He looks like, motherfucker looks like it, bro.
high noon. Oh, you guys are terrible. You guys terrible. Bears win.
Bears win. Bears win. I say 21 14.
Damn, that's a very low score. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 27-24.
Yeah, we're right there. I said 27-22.
21 14.
27-22. I could kind of see it. Running game still kind of has its momentum going. DJ will get another touchdown. Caleb will throw for another like
I think
290,
it's an ugly game.
260.
I think
It's
it's
an ugly game. It will be an ugly game.
This is the game to bet on Genty to score and get 100 yards.
Yes, I agree.
Book it.
Live gambling from Windy City.
There you go.
Rundown.
Genty touchdown.
Genty
Brock
touchdown.
Bowers touchdown.
Raiders cover, Bears win.
Raiders cover. Bears win.
What is the line?
The spread is, I think, the 1.5.
Ah,
1.5 Bears.
all right, alternative spread, Raiders +5.
Yeah, it's very low, dude.
Genty.
The 1.5, yeah.
And TD. So Bears win.
Bears win. Bears cover the spread.
So we're taking the over.
Nah, I'm taking the under.
Oh, he's taking it.
It looked like he's taking the over.
Hold on, I'm about to look right now.
This guy said 21-14.
He said 1.5. It's crazy. I mean, look at this. Hold on.
Hammer the over.
Yeah, bro. 1.5.
That's how close. That's how close
Over.
it is.
Over 47.5.
Eh,
I'm going under.
definitely
Ain't-
under.
Ain't no way.
Definitely under. The Bears cover the spread 1.5. That's the only way.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Over,
I think the Bears are plus 100. No,
over Bears cover.
Bears are plus 100,
Bears are minus 100.
minus 100.
1.6. They're favored to win.
They're favored to win. But the Raiders are a minus something like that too. No,
Oh yeah, they're both. Yeah,
they're both minus. Yeah,
110.
110. So yeah, that's how close this game is, guys.
Vegas don't know. Vegas like you ain't getting us.
Yeah, you ain't getting us. You're definitely getting a little money from us with this game for sure. All right, Eric Avila, Jose Contreras, John DePlato there. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you guys next week, same
What's
time,
up?
same place. We'll be on time this time, and hopefully we'll be together. Who knows? We'll see.
I land on time.
Land on time. We appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you guys next week. Deuces. Deuce.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
He's running like he's got a lobster down his pants, showing that he is as slippery as a bar of soap.
Like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose.
Commented about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm not. I'm
Real
just-
serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
Are we done here?
It's about time.